Okay, so, what are we doing? What's the game plan?
What is the game plan? Should we
So,
redraw one of our old artworks?
like, redraw an old artwork. Okay, I'm gonna redraw my first drawing. The first thing I drew looks really bad.
The first thing I drew was Alexander.
The first thing I drew was Chiaki Nanami as a Sailor Scout.
That you never showed me that one, I think. I don't think you have.
Really?
I don't think you have.
It looks so bad. This looks terrible.
Alright, I'm gonna screenshot this.
Look at her head. Her head is smushed. Her head is legitimately smushed. And she has thick eyes.
Polka dot.
And what's with her skirt? Like, what is this?
Yeah, that's tiny as heck. It's like cloth. It's just like a row of cloth that you just bunch together.
Yeah. This. I'm looking for other things to nitpick. Oh god, this hand. Reggie, look at this hand.
Oh no, the fingers, the fingers.
Look at the knuckles.
Alright, so this was my first one. I sent it in Discord. I'll pull it up on my side.
Well, you could finally fix that weird looking shirt with those strange
Oh,
squiggles
strange
that exist for no
squiggles, yes,
reason.
yes. Strange squiggles. There we go, now there's my reference.
Alright.
So you're just gonna start drawing yours?
Yep.
It's a mystery. Absolute mystery. I don't know what pose to put him in though, that's kind of the thing. And should I do with a 3D model or without? I need a model. Body type. Let's go with that one. His height real quick. Now just have to figure out a pose for this guy. Alright, let me see what you got so far because I just finished the pose. I don't understand how you can draw like so... I don't know how do I put this? How do I put this? Like the fact that you can just draw, you know, without like having a pose in mind, you can just draw.
Well, this one technically I do have a pose in mind because.
Oh, you're using the other one.
This. Oh, you fools! You thought I was gonna stick with that? No, I'm gonna change
Who are you
that
talking
now.
to?
The audience, Reggie.
The audience. But they can't see yours. That's why I said you should record your screen as well, so I can just combine the two screens when I edit it. Because they can only see yours was when I go to the Google Duo instead of working on mine.
I shall be hidden forever.
You shall
No
be
one
hidden
will see.
forever. Alright. Alright. Why did I go? No, I did not want to open my browser.
I need to see your browser history, Reggie.
No. No. Trust me, when I was doing Twitter art, my browser history kind of became I'm leaving it at that. Look at his eyes. He just looks pissed off.
Does look pissed off.
Like
Maybe if you make his eyebrows a little bit more arched, and if you and maybe if you redraw the upper eyelid to be like, you know, down like that, but a little bit more rounded, like at the edges.
Wait, like this?
Yeah.
No, that does work. Dang. Leave it to wing.
Look at my screen real quick.
Alright, I'm looking.
You're kind of like this. This is obvious really bad, but...
How do you just draw? How do you just draw without any effort? You just draw. I can't do that. Like, I have to, like, focus on one detail at a time.
What does that mean? I don't understand.
Like, you already have the perfect, like, it's your style. I think it's your style. It's definitely your style.
I can't draw skirts.
Are you still having trouble?
Kind of. Do you know how to draw skirts?
No. No, I don't. I don't know how to draw skirts. I don't think I've given any of my characters skirts. Which is kind of like, I probably should give one of my characters skirts. Gives it more diversity, you know?
Yep. I see. Not only can you watch Transformers Prime on Tubi, but you can also watch Gen 1 and Transformers, the animated series, and Beast Wars, and the Unicron trilogy. I highly you should go do that. Go do it.
Once we reach 20 subscribers, I'll do that. Let's take that bet right now. We have it on recording. 20 subs and I'll watch it.
20 subs.
20 subs.
Okay, but it's worth it. It's a good show. It really is.
Oh, the
Wanna know
ticket
when-
for it.
Thank you. Wanna know another random thing that's in it? Zombies.
Why are zombies in? I have several questions.
Giant robot zombies.
I have several questions.
It's really good. I need you to watch it, Reggie.
5 subs. 5 subs and I'll do it.
Why does it take subs?
I don't know. I just have no motivation to do it.
Why is the promise of Transformers not enough for you?
I don't know. I've just never been interested into the Transformers franchise.
That's fair, that's fair. Any particular reason?
I don't know. I just never found it interesting. I never found the concept interesting.
You've never found the concept of giant robot aliens from space in the middle of a civil war interesting.
Not really.
Okay.
Valid.
Look at what I wrote and tell me if you can read it.
Alright, hold on. Very... warning, my guy.
It says keep drawing, my guy.
I probably should have gotten that out of context. I probably should have. Well, I'm an idiot.
Look at this beautiful drawing, this beautiful handwriting of my name. You can read this, can't you, Reggie?
Sure. The fact that you tell me the name, that it's your name, then yes, I can.
Looks like it says Y.
Why, Wing? Why? Why have you done this? Why have you done this?
Why are you like this? So, Reggie, what's your favorite band or musician? What do you like to listen to?
AJR, Suburban.
I listen to a little bit of AJR.
Okay, so it's AJR being my number. I can't say like top place because I love all of them equally. But it's AJR, Suburban, and Glass Animals.
I've heard like 2 songs from Glass Animals.
Yeah, I mean, me being an edgy person, of course I would love Suburban and Glass Animals.
Of course, of course. But self-respecting Reggie wouldn't.
It wouldn't be me if I didn't.
You already know I like heavy metal.
Yes, I am aware.
Though specifically, I like power metal and folk metal.
I don't know the difference.
Folk metal has more emphasis on folk, and power metal has more emphasis on power.
Wow. I should have guessed. I should have just assumed.
Yeah, Reggie. Why didn't you just know?
Who would have not? Who would have thunk?
I also like a tad bit of orchestral metal.
And I'm guessing that has an emphasis on orchestral, whatever you said.
Orchestral, yeah, like
Orchestral.
orchestra.
Oh, orchestral. That's what you said. That you said orchestral. I'm all like, what? I don't even know what that is, but I'm just gonna.
I'm just gonna accept that and move on.
Yeah. Like, when don't you do that? Like when I can't understand someone, I just nod like mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. Okay, add a bunch of random lines on his shirt.
Why?
We need the wrinkles.
The wrinkle. All right, where should I add a line? Right here and right here.
No, that is.
So there's definitely one right
What's-
here. I know that. There's definitely one right there because when I was doing his shirt, there's definitely like kind of stretches over like that. That's kind of weird.
Okay. Yeah, and also like okay, sideways, kind of.
Where?
Like
Here?
I can't.
Here?
No.
Here?
Yes. No.
Wait. Here?
Yeah, like. No. Lower side. A little bit lower. Okay, never mind. You're bad at drawing wrinkles.
I am. I'm so bad at drawing wrinkles.
You gotta look at the form of the body and like go with the flow of it. Like if two places look like they're intersecting, then draw wrinkles there. There we go. You just draw one. Just draw one, not that far in though. What do you think? What do you think it looks?
Well, his arm is definitely going up, so there's definitely should be lines like going across from that. That's what I'm trying to do. But I don't want to add
Okay.
too many lines because then it'll look really weird.
Okay, yeah, that's too many lines now.
All right, does that look good?
That looks good. That looks real good. What do you think?
It looks fancy. That's the only comment I have for my drawings. Fancy.
Thanks.
All right, let's get back to drawing. I love that, like, I love the fact that our art styles are so different. Like, I just love that so much.
That's what you love?
It blows my mind. Like, it's interesting to me. Is it not to you?
I mean, our styles are pretty different, but I never really thought about it too much because your art has always been pretty good. Hey, Reggie,
What?
what is your least favorite topping on a pizza?
Spinach.
People put spinach on pizza?
You didn't know that?
That sounds disgusting.
It is. Very disgusting.
Whoever thought that was a good idea needs to just not exist anymore.
I agree with you. Probably vegans. Damn those vegans.
Damn you vegans.
No offense to vegans. No offense to vegans.
Wow.
We're
Nice save, Reggie. Want to talk about random Overwatch things?
what?
Talk about random Overwatch things.
Sure. Okay, so do you think Brigitte nerf, or do you think it was a nerf or a rework? I want your opinion on that.
I have no clue. They did something with her armor, right?
Yeah, and her shield.
Yeah, they gave her a shield like 50 more health. And what did they do to her armor? I forgot.
They no longer like give you extra healing.
Oh. Okay.
So
That's okay, I guess.
do you think she received a nerf or a rework?
That feels more like a nerf.
I think it's a rework because it's not just like they did definitely like down her healing, but they also buffed her shield. So they
true.
reworked her more towards a DPS than a healer. So I feel like it's more of a rework than it is a nerf.
Well, yeah, and honestly, I don't think they should be leaning Brig towards the DPS if she's a healer.
Valid.
I mean, come on. That's not her job.
We out here
And-
asking the real questions.
And I don't really think it's a rework, mainly because like the shield difference isn't that much. There, like when it comes to the shield, not that much has actually changed. It's like how May has like 50 more health than all the other 200 health heroes, but it only slightly feels like it, and it only adds like a teeny bit of padding. She still usually dies just as quickly if her ice cube is on cooldown.
Hmm. Valid argument.
So like I don't think that changes much. Because like it's only the smallest bit of difference, and it's still gonna feel like it's at
Well, then
200
again, like the
HP.
smallest details in Overwatch do affect so much of gameplay.
I feel like that has more to do with time, like the timing of abilities, how long they last, how long their cooldowns are. I feel like that has more to do with that.
Okay, I see what you mean. I definitely see what you mean. Hmm.
So it change, but it's going to be very subtle change. And that's why I don't really think it's a rework, because when you think about other characters that they reworked, like they took them in like different directions, leaning one way to something else where it obviously affected and changed their playstyle. I mean, look at Torb and Sim. They're completely different from when they were first released.
Oh, for sure. I feel like Sim's old was actually like old loadout was actually more OP than her current one.
Definitely, but I
Be-
enjoyed playing it a lot more.
oh, for sure. It's definitely more enjoyable. Like there's even games where I play where like not even in Overwatch, like in other games like Modern Warfare, Destiny. I know you don't play those games much or even at all, but like people just forget to have fun and they just go try hard. Like there's no reason to do that.
And that's a big problem with Overwatch right now, because there's a strong part of the community that wants it to be all competitive, but a majority of the community is largely casual. So there's a lot of people on like arguing over a lot of smaller things over because some people want it to be more competitive and others just want it to be more casual, which leads to arguments mainly about like characters such as Moira, who have very low skill but a lot of utility.
Right. I can see that. I think it's more of an argument based on whether on if people, yeah, like you said, if they want a competitive or casual, and that's why instead of having either or, they try to put both role queue and classic quick play, as well as role queue and open queue on competitive. So that definitely shows like a definite friction between the two.
Yeah.
The fact that they had
And
to separate them.
another thing is that these like Overwatch was originally like it was supposed to be a competitive game. It was supposed to be competitive for shooter, but like first person shooter. But Blizzard has always been more interested in making it available to everyone so that everyone can have a fun time playing it.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
Never extremely focused on being the most competitive game there is out there. And that's only really starting to be pushed due to Overwatch League, which honestly isn't even that interesting or successful.
It really
Mainly
isn't, but it does give them money to be earned, and
because
it does give them a name for themselves, so they can also play other games like such as I heard like an Overwatch player switch to Valorant. Like it gave him a name
yeah,
for himself, so they would be able to switch to other games. I don't feel like it's
yeah,
something that'd be very important to everybody, but again, it does give them a name for themselves.
yeah. It's important. What do you think about Valorant? A lot of people thought it would be the Overwatch killer.
Um, I don't think that's the case.
No, I never thought that was the case, and I was
I just
really
thought it
annoyed
was
by
another
people.
game.
Yeah, and especially, I always thought it was weird that people try to portray it as the Overwatch killer, since Overwatch and Valorant are going for two completely different audiences, and play extremely differently.
Yeah, like they're not trying to compete with Overwatch in any sense. It's their own game. All they wanted to do was have like aspects from two different popular games and put them into one. Like
Yeah,
it's basically like CS:GO and Overwatch into a game, and that's pretty interesting. Like I feel like that would be more of audiences who want to play CS:GO but don't want the challenge of like so much confusion and so much seriousness. Like it's all based on like CS:GO. I feel like it's all based on skill, like how fast you can aim and like how you can take advantage of every exploit there is.
Yeah.
But with Overwatch, when you play Overwatch, you basically take advantage of the skills given to you, and you take advantage of the ult, and there's teamwork involved. Which I'm not saying there's no teamwork involved in CS:GO. I'm just saying it's more of like your ults can play off each other. Your abilities can play off each other. I just feel like Valorant is a game where it can just reach another audience. They want to play CS:GO, but they don't like the pure seriousness of it.
Yeah, they want something a bit more casual.
Right.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense than like what people were trying to push it as.
Right. Like I don't think they're trying to compete with Overwatch. I don't think that at all.
No, I never understood why people thought that that's what Valorant was trying to do.
Overwatch killer. That's the first time I've heard that.
And lately, a video that I watched that was mainly just about Valorant's popularity, and because this dude was saying that Valorant's popularity was dying down, and was asking about like basically questioning whether or not this is something basically just to like it burning out because it was really like only announced not too long ago, and as such, the hype is starting to die down a bit, or if it's because like
It's
just that stuff.
I feel like CS:GO isn't a very big game either. Like, it's definitely not as big as Overwatch. I can say that, in popularity wise. Mainly because it's only on one platform.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the same thing for Valorant. The fact that it's only on one platform, it's only going to attract a certain audience. But when it does come out on other platforms, I feel like the hype is going to return.
Yeah, that's probably true. A lot of people were also just thinking that maybe it was overhyped by streamers.
That's also valid. I can see why. I can see why they think that.
Yeah, I personally never cared for Valorant. That doesn't mean like I disliked it or anything. I just never found
When
it.
Valorant comes out, I definitely want to get it. Like it's definitely an interesting concept of a game. Because I didn't want to play. I have the same opinion of the fact like why I want to play it. Because like I was saying before, I don't want to play CS:GO because of all the seriousness. I just want something casual like Valorant. It turns it more casual and more open for more people, Yeah, and that's why I want to play it.
Kinda does, but Valorant also wants to be a competitive game. It's gonna
Like it's still in a sense, it's definitely going to be a competitive game. I can see why it can turn into a competitive game because it's similar to CS:GO.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'd rather play it for the fun of it rather than for the competitive.
I also feel like it's really only going to attract people who like really enjoy aim-intensive games.
Right.
What is your opinion on Moira?
Moira's a broken hero. I feel like they should get rid of her.
I feel like she needs to be like intensely reworked.
I agree. Like she's too much of a character where like anybody can play her and easily win.
Yeah,
and that's what makes me mad because I work so hard to be good at McCree, and I always lose to a Moira even if it's a low level.
Yeah, definitely. And like Moira's like, they have a ridiculously high survivability rate because when they damage people they can gain health from it, which just makes like like survivability is good, but it isn't good when all that Moira is doing is dancing around in our backline, just slowly picking everyone off, ignoring her own job.
Right, because it makes her more of a DPS than it does a healer.
And she needs to be reworked in a way that emphasizes her healing more than her DPS.
Right, I completely agree with that.
I know this is gonna make it sound like she'd be an even easier character to play, but I think a big way to do that would to make her, her health gauge that like tells you how much more healing she can do before she has to go get some more.
Yeah.
I feel like making that bigger so she has more space to use it, so she is deterred from jumping into the middle of a fight to get.
I kind of agree with that
healing.
because then that would pull her away from actually attacking people, which fuels up her heal gauge.
Yeah, I feel like her damage orb and her healing orb should be two different abilities with different cooldowns.
That's an interesting concept.
Because, like, she should want to use her healing orb more often than her damage orb, but how are you supposed to, like, convince the Moira player to use her healing more often if, you know, her
Well, then again,
damage
I
orb...
feel like that wouldn't be really worth it because you have a choice: healing orb or damage orb. And if you give him two different cooldowns, you can just plan the cooldowns. You don't have to necessarily like wait for another orb to choose between healing or damage.
That would also make her character a little bit more skilled. You'd have to time things more. Not to mention you could have two orbs out at the same time.
I feel like having two orbs out at the same, like if she had a healing orb and a damage orb at the same time, that'd be kind of overpowered.
Maybe if they were both out at the same time, they were either slower or had less of an effect.
Then that would make Overwatch more tactical than anything.
That's true, but do we really want Moira to stay the same?
That's interesting. I don't know. I feel like no. I don't want Moira to stay the same. I feel like if we lower her damage and increase her healing, that would emphasize more. Like I feel
but
like
it would. Is it enough? Because Moira already has one of the highest healing outputs in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
And her DPS already, like, her DPS isn't incredibly high. While it's not exactly the lowest, it's not the highest either.
They have to, I say decrease her range of her attack.
Oh, I don't know. We're not experts on this.
We're not. We're just giving our opinion.
I'm messing around with come to my look at my present. I'm just messing around with like this. Look at subtract.
Just emo. Pure emo.
Oh, it looks kind of cute.
The purple.
Oh my god.
Oh no. She looks demonic now. She totally looks demonic. I don't like that.
What other characters do you think need to be reworked?
Reinhardt. Reinhardt needs to be reworked, not as a nerf, but as a buff.
I think he needs more health to his shield.
I agree with that. Like, he is a main tank, and his main ability is a shield, so why would you lower his shield so much?
Yeah, I agree.
That's like taking away McCree's gun, or lowering the damage, like significantly lowering the damage of McCree's gun.
Yeah. What other things do you think could be changed? I feel like Reinhardt is he's in a good place. I feel like most of Reinhardt's deaths can be either chalked up to him being too aggressive or insufficient healing from healers, or if he's just being targeted. So,
Right, that's valid, But
maybe helpful?
Maybe? I don't know. I just feel like his shield definitely needs to be buffed.
Definitely, I agree with that. I think Genji
needs a little bit of a nerf, but I feel like I see what they were doing with them, and I feel like they were heading in the right direction.
You think so?
I think so. Because playing as Genji, when I tried playing Genji, he's just so hard to play because of his damage output. Like, it's so low.
Yeah, that's a lot of people don't think Genji is viable anymore. Why do you think he needs a nerf specifically?
His damage output. I feel like they put it up too much.
Really?
Yeah, like they had the right idea, but they did it too much.
A lot of people think that he doesn't do enough damage. Then again, I feel like they're the same people who felt like Sombra didn't do enough damage.
Well, then again, like, that's just how you play him. I think most of them who say that he needs more damage are just more inexperienced players.
You think so?
I think so. Like, cause like Sombra, she's a tactical player. She's not a aggressive player. What am I?
about maps?
Who?
Maps. Like, you know, the maps
Oh,
in
Paris.
Overwatch.
Get rid of Paris. Either that or completely rework it.
Yeah. I don't really like Hollywood.
Really?
I don't like the first choke. Okay, to get to the point, there's literally only one arched area, no, one, maybe two arched, well, yeah, two arched areas that you can walk through that can be heavily guarded by the enemy team. Yeah, that gives them a lot of, that allows them to defend, but that makes it difficult for it to push it besides any other option except brute force and shield.
Right. I can see that.
There's no creativity, and you could try to flank, but if you want to go flank, you still have to walk through that very open area, and it makes it
Right.
extreme to do anything sneaky.
That makes sense. I can see why you think that.
And it's hard to group up without the enemy team noticing or trying to break it up, and it's very easy to spawn camp.
Oh, for real. I agree with that. Definitely on that map. I can see. Yeah, I can see that. I can see why you say that.
Hey Reggie,
Que pasó?
what's your favorite type of spaghetti?
You asked that at the beginning, and I have no way of answering that.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't think I have one. I don't like. How do you answer that question?
By telling me what your favorite spaghetti is, Reggie.
Again, no answer.
It's such a stupid question.
It is very. So why do you keep asking me it?
Because I don't know what to talk about.
Alright, so there's my old design of him, and then there's the new one.
Nice.
Such an improvement. I love his new design, actually. His new cash. Alright, your turn.
I like that. There we go. Look at that, and then look at that.
Definite improvement on our sides. Let's go.
Okay, now you're gonna go watch Transformers Prime.
Not until we have 10 subscribers.
Thought it was gonna be 5.
No, we said 10. I said 10.
You said 20, and then you said 5.
No, I said 10. I swear I said 10. You know what? I'll see if I'm wrong or not when I go back to edit. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of this video. So to the next one, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna do an outro. Are we gonna do outro or no?
What is our outro?
I don't know.
How amateur we are.
Yes, we are definitely disorderly conduct. Everything is out of order. All right. Well, till the next video, I guess. Probably gonna like overlay music, just so it's
Yeah.
not silent, you know.
Yeah, I get that. Music
any-
can set a mood.
You have any suggestions? Like definitely lo-fi. I'll probably look up some like copyright free lo-fi.
Heavy metal.
Heavy. You know what? I'm gonna add a heavy metal segment just for you.